Welcome to the DrNursePaul Show, hosted by Aspire RN and Dr. Paul. You are watching the USA Nurse Series. Dr. Nurse Paul is an NCLEX expert, having trained and mentored thousands of international nurses past the NCLEX RN for over a decade. He graduated with a Doctor of Nursing Practice in Texas Christian University. He is a registered nurse, an advanced practice registered nurse, and a certified family nurse practitioner. He also has completed a certificate for nurse educator postgraduate course. Aside from teaching, he has extensive clinical experience in emergency and family medicine. He has over 15 years of combined clinical and academic healthcare experience. Dr. Nurse Paul is an immigrant from the Philippines. He is currently based in Houston, Texas, where he operates his business, Dr. Nurse Paul, and Aspire RN NCLEX Prep. He loves to share his life story of how he overcame his challenges to reach his dreams. He is passionate in helping nurses realize the American dream. So without further ado, let's all welcome Dr. Nurse Paul.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining and watching the Dr. Nurse Paul Show. Please put in the comment section if you guys can see me clearly, because last time that I did a show, I had a huge technical issue right as I went on live. And if you guys are watching today, please tell us your name and where you're from and your local time. I'm currently streaming right in my new house in the Philippines. And right now it's about 10 o'clock p.m. here. This show is usually started Central Time, 8 a.m. in Houston, when I'm in Houston. But thank you guys for joining today. I have a very special guest for today. Let's bring her on. This is my good friend, a really great friend, Miss Anna Cruz. I'll call her Anna because it's first name basis in the States. But she's my ate. And I'm sorry, Anna. I have to say. Yeah, but Anna is also one of the Lifora admins. And thank you for giving us time today, Miss Anna.
Hello, good morning, good evening. It's 9 a.m. here, Paul, and it's very cold. Ang hirap gumising, but it's okay. We're going to share a lot of information for our fellow Filipinos nurses out there. Thank you for having me, as always. Thank you.
I've always wanted to do a show with you. You're very popular in Lifora. The group that we administrate. In a good way, okay? Not
In a good way.
I know a lot of people are, getting very anxious with us admins when we do these rules here and there with the group. But it is what it is. We have to put rules for the orderly conduct of things. But anyway, we have Dennis here watching from Saudi Arabia, and it's 5 p.m. there. Hello, Dennis. Hello, Mitch. She said we are loud and clear today. She's watching from the Philippines. And we have a lot more watchers coming in today. And today for the Dr. Nurse Paul Show, we are having the USA Nurse Series, Episode 2. Or I'm sorry, it's Season 2, Living the American Dream. Today, we're going to talk about culture shock and work fatigue. Very excited to talk about this because these are some of the things that, all the glitz and glamour of coming to the US, but there's actually some sides that we really need to talk about. We don't want you guys to come over here with all your hopes and dreams getting crushed because of the culture shock and so many things like that. And me and Anna, we're not new to this. We've been here in the United States for years. We'll talk about Anna's story in a little bit, about her immigrant story. But while waiting for more watchers to come in, let's read some more comments. Hello, Miss Anna from good evening from the Philippines, from one of our users. But we cannot see their names if they're joining from the group. So there's privacy issues, I think. But we have Dennis here saying hello, Anna. And we have Leonel. Hello, Dr. Paul, watching from UK. Thank you. And I'm actually quite busy today. Today is my house blessing here in the Philippines. All my family members came in. Super happy to see them. My friends came in haven't visited the Philippines for 5 years. But what a relief! I'm really anxious about having big events, Anna, because I'm not good with. I don't know. I'm a person who
Okay.
like. Yeah, I mean, I'm a very extroverted person. I used to do classes for 1,000, 2,000 people, cinema full of people. But I don't know. I don't like big events for the reason that I feel like during the event. Like I feel like I have to go around, and I'm so tired going around making sure everybody is taken care of. It's so hard to be a host, or maybe it's just a Filipino
It is.
hospitality.
It is. It is. I like when you host a party in the US, you don't really have to
Y-
go to them one by
exactly.
one.
Exactly. Like, okay, like we can mind our own business in the States, right? But
Yeah.
I don't want to make it feel, I don't want my visitors to make it feel like I really didn't care about them coming in, because them
Or you're
coming in already
snubbing
is a
them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
big thing for me. Yeah, but I'm happy to see everybody. And I told them I'm going to be out for an hour because I have to do the show. But anyway, we have here, yep, they're forgiving. They know what I do. Anyway, we have here May. Good evening, Paul, watching from Coronadal City.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of our users. I forgot her name. I'm not sure her name. We couldn't see it because she's joining from the group. She says she's watching from Kerala. And more people are coming in today. Thank you guys for
Right.
joining us. Anna is in New York. Very cold. She said, "What's the weather like, Anna?"
Cold. It is. It is. It's
Oh my
like,
God.
ayun, nakahingi pa ang lola mo.
Here it's like 80 degrees and humid. So, whew, I don't miss winter. I think in Houston it's like 40 degrees today, so I don't miss it. But I'll be back next week in the States. My next show is going to be back in the US. Unfortunately, I have to be back in the US.
Reality. Back to
Anyway,
reality na.
I know, the feeling after vacation. But anyway, Anna, this is my first question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Not actually a question, but tell us about you and your immigrant story.
Okay, Paul. So I know everyone knows me. I'm Anna again from the Flora, your most favorite one. Anyway, I
Woo!
came
Favorite admin.
here. I came here 7 years ago, 2015, April, from an agency. I'm really an OR nurse by profession, but when I came
Mm-hmm.
here, I was assigned in a nursing home for the baby. So I have no experience working in any floor. So after I was abandoned 2 times, I failed the IELTS 5 times, finally, and waited 8 years because of retrogression. Finally, I can see Statue of Liberty on my way, you know.
Ooh,
So it was not
wow.
easy. It was not easy. We had no family here, no friends, no, we don't know anyone. My daughter was 4 year old back then. My husband worked in Kuwait for 7 years and he's not an NCLEX passer yet, so I'm the only one working. We arrived in an apartment. I live in a house nearby the nursing home for 2 months. It was provided by the agency. I left my husband and my daughter in California with my in-laws for a month. And it was so hard because you miss your family, you're by yourself,
Right,
you live in a small room and you're cold. It was
right.
April, so
Oh
ending
my
of a
gosh.
winter. And
Yep.
I'm not driving. I don't know how to drive.
Oh no.
I was born and I grew up in Manila, so I'm used to use LRT, Jeep, FX.
Yep.
Everything was new. Like I felt like an alien in the US,
Right.
you know. But I waited for it for 8 years, and I'm ready. I'm prepared whatever hurdles that I'm about to face. So after a month, I'm sorry, my family came in. We live in an apartment, empty apartment, because we don't have anything. And during that time, I'm the only one earning, so I have to budget what's the most important thing to spend on while my husband was waiting for his paperwork to take his NCLEX. And that was my immigrant story here in New York.
Wow, that's crazy. I feel like we're on the same boat with waiting several years. In fact, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
years to come over here. So very, very. I think Statue of Liberty is very iconic, but they didn't really get to see it till like 2019. I was like 2 years already
Mm-hmm.
here in the States, but it was very beautiful. I've
Come back
feeling like
here.
I know,
Come
I know.
back
I
here.
have to visit you. I feel like I have to visit you and Kay in Maryland now, and Ma'am Jean and Javito. I want to see you
Louise
all.
and Marvin in
Louise in
California.
California. I know. But I'm gonna do that this year. That's gonna be my goal to see y'all. But I need to visit New York. I miss New York City. But the first city that I visited when I came in was San Francisco. So for me, seeing the Golden Gate Bridge, it's also very iconic in the sense that, oh wow, I used to only see this in postcards, and when I
Movies,
started my
right? Yeah.
nursing career, right, and I wanted to do America, I was like, I never thought one day I was gonna be able to see it. So it just felt, like an adrenaline rush of excitement and a little anxiety, but more so like very happy and very like feeling fulfilled at that time that finally it's a real
Happening.
realization of yeah, it's happening. It's a realization of what used to be a dream. Wow, very very inspiring story. So I always like to start my USA Nurse series with the immigrant story because it makes me go
True.
back to that feeling. I mean, job in the US is not easy, right? And then there are
Mm-hmm. Oh,
struggles,
yeah.
but it always make me go back to that day that I'm very grateful to be here. So like, well, I'm not technically in the US right now, but here where we are at right now,
It's always
like
a
all
reminder where we came from and how we started, but put us our foot on the ground, remembering our
that's
immigrant
true.
story. Mm-hmm.
I agree with you with that. Very important to get yourself anchored because sometimes life could make you feel you're like, oh, I've gone so far, like you're not grateful anymore. Like sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it can also make you. I mean, it can the negative energy can also surround you, but what keeps you
True.
grounded are those memories, those
Mm-hmm.
feelings that when before I used to be very happy coming over here. I would like to feel that again. But anyway,
Yeah.
Antoinette is one of our watchers. She's saying hi, Anna,
Hi.
and Lorraine is sending us 3 hearts. Maybe that's I love you or I care for you. Oh no, that's for or hey, hey, hey. It could also be that way. All right. But anyway, today we're going to talk about culture shock. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, I have cheat sheet here from Harvard International Office. We're going to define culture shock first. Culture shock, according to Harvard, is a term used to describe the anxiety and feelings of surprise, disorientation, confusion felt when people have to operate within an entirely different cultural or social environment, such as a foreign country. It grows out of the difficulties in assimilating the new culture, causing difficulty in knowing what is appropriate and what is not. And now, Anna, I would like for you to tell us a little story of what's your culture shock moment? Like, what can you remember from the top of your head that you remember? Oh, I'm having culture shock right now, or something.
So, coming from the Philippines, I'm an old school. I was born in 1982. I worked in the Philippines for almost 14 years as an OR nurse. So when I arrived here, I started to work in a nursing home. But now I'm an OR nurse, a traveler. But the first culture shock that I encountered was about work. There's a proper orientation. It's not like, oh, it's your first day, you go ahead. We have a classroom orientation. We learn
Right.
all the policies, all the rules. I had 1 week classroom orientation and I'm getting paid for it. The real pay, the whole pay per hour. Not like when,
Right.
we were in the Philippines. And then after a week of classroom orientation, you go to the area. Another 2 days of this is the area, this is the meditation room. You have a tour of the area. You know who you're gonna ask for help. You know the management. and later on you're gonna be assigned in your specific area, like in the OR. So that was a culture shock for me. Like I have no right to say I don't know anything because I went through under proper orientation. I have an assigned RN to be my preceptor to guide me. And then one more culture shock was I got to eat break in the morning. Someone came to me and I was like, is everything okay? Going like, yeah, you're on your break. I was like, break? What break?
That's so funny.
And it was an American, and she was like, don't you want to eat? You have 15-minute break in the morning, and later on you're gonna eat lunch. Paul, I'm not kidding you. My eyes was like, are you sure I'm gonna eat later? Not after I come home? They said, yeah, you can pee, Anna. You can drink water, and you can go on a break. I was like, oh, okay. And then it took only me 5 minutes. I went back because I was like, am I really supposed? It felt different, hearing those. You can go on a break. You can have a lunch break, and you're not allowed to work more than 16 hours here in New York. You can go home on time. That was the best thing for me in terms of culture shock in work. The orientation, the break, you can go home on time. Someone will really relieve you. If that's the nurse, the supervisor. Not unlike working in the Philippines, we were overworked and underpaid. So that's my culture shock.
Wow. That's crazy, right? If you think about it, you're right. Same thing with me. Now that you're telling this, I'm like, yeah, oh my God. I remember when I
Right?
was here, I was like, paid by the minute. Like, okay, they want me to come in for 15 minutes for an orientation meeting, just a meeting with the
Mm-hmm.
director. I have to time in or clock in and clock out, and that's paid. I was like, oh wow, because I used to be called to the hospital for something, and that's not even paid. Um,
Yeah.
anyway, I
And
think my
and the holiday pay. They have the
internet
holiday
connection
pay.
is a
They have
little
the night
spotty,
shift.
so just let me know if you guys can't hear me clearly. Right, right, right. And look at this from one of our viewers from YouTube. Chris is saying, thank you for your sharing your story, Anna. Your story is very inspiring. And Lorraine said, dreams do come
Mm-hmm.
true. Yay. Very positive. We love to share positivity. We want you guys to keep dreaming, and one day you're gonna be there too, just like me and Anna. Lorraine is watching from Singapore, by the way. Thank you, Lorraine, for joining us today. And for me, I guess one very quick example of my culture shock moment was I work in the ER. So ER is very fast paced and
Mm-hmm.
high acuity, and come what may, inside those doors something might come in. I've noticed how autonomous nurses can be,
Correct.
that they can
Mm-hmm.
stand up to talk to the doctors. You gotta go to my room right now and do
Mm-hmm.
this and do that. And Philippines,
We were like
you
begging.
can't.
We were like begging them,
Yes,
right? Like, hi,
yeah,
can
yeah,
you
no, no,
please come?
yeah. I even had one doctor way back years ago told me, "You don't tell me things what you don't tell
Mm-hmm.
me what to do, right? You don't
Mm-hmm.
tell me how to do things. I tell you what to do because you're a nurse and I'm a doctor."
Correct.
And that's just how it is in the Philippines, unfortunately. Probably many other countries, but here in the States, they're
No.
autonomous. Like if I speak up,
Mm-hmm.
doctor, I'm sorry, your order is wrong. That's
Mm-hmm.
inappropriate. Can you please see my patient? Or can you please do this? Can you please evaluate
Correct.
this? Of course, you still have to be courteous, but
Yeah.
autonomy is very in my everyday practice as an ear nurse. I could see it, and I was like, wow, it's a totally different culture. I'm
It
in a
is.
different
It
world.
is. And
Right.
may I share, working in the OR,
Yes.
it's also rough, like in the ER. although I don't deal with a lot of patients because they're asleep, but I deal with a lot of doctors, surgeon, anesthesiologists, PA, NP. They're very professional. Once in a while, they will yell or they will shout out of their frustration. But after that, they will say, "Hey, Anna, I'm sorry I yelled at you earlier. It's because unlike when I was in the Philippines, I'm not even doing a thing and they're yelling at me." And it's very professional. You are part of a team. You are not just a nurse.
Right.
There's nothing like I'm up here, I'm a surgeon, and you're down there because you're just a nurse. Here, working here for 7 years now, Paul, and I've been traveling for 3 years in New York. I have never felt any discrimination because I have a speech problem, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm short, or because I'm a Filipina or I'm a woman. No, I never felt those. Thank God. Maybe because New York is well diverse.
Yeah.
They're very professional. If you felt that you've been violated or verbally, or if you felt that they're being disrespectful to you, you come up to the HR. We have hours here. We are
Yeah.
respected
True.
here.
True.
I wanna inform all the incoming Filipino nurses come here. It's not like in the Philippines. I'm sorry. I love Philippines. I've learned a lot, but we have a different way of when it comes to work as a nurse in the Philippines. You have that's why I think one of the reasons why a lot of Filipinos are coming in the US, not just money. Of course, money will be the number one reason why. But the second
Right.
thing is the work environment itself.
Right. It's totally different.
It's so proud to be part of the team. Like the surgeon will ask me, "Anna, how do we assist with the patient? What do you think is the best thing?" Meanwhile, me, when I was working 12 years back home, you tell me what to do. I don't care how you can make it work, Anna, just make it work. Here, you are not like that. You are not a slave. Okay? You
You're
also
part of
have
the
a
team.
license. True,
Right.
true. And if there's any issue, you can raise it up with your manager, your charge nurse. You are not alone. And when I work in a Philippines in the OR, I have to order food for my surgeon. I have to order for their
Oh wow.
breakfast. When I work nights, 9 p.m. to 7 a.m., I have to call the dietary, "Hey, can you make a sandwich for the so and so?" And of course, in the morning, you were so busy opening up the room, setting up. I forgot to order the breakfast. They yelled at me for not ordering their
Yeah.
breakfast. Can you imagine that? In here, there's
Wow. That's
nothing like
crazy.
that. Mm-hmm. You
No.
have a
Yeah.
right as a
Mm-hmm.
nurse, okay, and as a person. I'm sorry to say that when I was in the Philippines, because I have a speech problem, I experienced a lot of discrimination. But I never gave up. So when I came here in the US, I never experienced those, and I'm thankful and will always be grateful for all the opportunity that the US gave to me, especially with my work. That's why I'm enjoying working right now. Imagine I work in Bronx and Harlem, one of the worst cities in New York. But I never experienced those discrimination. So that's another culture shock for me. Wow, I am part of the team. I'm a human. I'm a nurse. I'm respected, and I belong. So come here to the US, take your antlers, and review with us.
Right, right. Thank you, Anna. I think this is Irvin from Niners just because of the orange heart. But
Yeah.
yeah, hello, Doc Ninong and Mom Anna. Hello, Irvin from Niners. I met them the other day for their
Yes, I saw
opening
the
season.
photo. You're having fun there.
Yes. And this is Dennis. One thing I like to work in the US is that they value break times that everyone intends to.
Yeah.
Unlike Saudi, if you want to pee or eat, it's just like forbidden. I'm also working here in ED. Every day is a battle day. Let me tell you this: I'm a travel nurse in ER. Some hospitals would honor your breaks, some won't. It depends on workload too sometimes. But I do talk to my charge nurses, and I tell them, "Hey, I need to go on break because I need to go on break," and they would be very
Mhm.
accommodating. It just has to be the right communication with the right person, and sometimes have
True.
buddies. Very important to have buddies. I work in the ER particularly because it's such a big. I've worked in ER where we had 50 beds plus fast track, like 100 people same
Wow.
time all the time. Never goes down 80. So very fast paced. But yeah, sometimes you really don't get to eat, depends on the acuity. But always tell my precepty nurses, this is the US. You eat when you can eat, but
Okay.
just let
Mhm.
someone know. Just don't leave your patients. We have Mika from Grandison joining us today
Hi,
as well.
Mika.
Grandison, I've met Mika in the event
Sure.
hosted by Niners by Irvin, and she approached me, and I think we had a picture together. Hi, Mika. And anyway, what are your strategies, Anna, that helped you adjust to the US? That was my next question for you.
Okay. I'm really prepared. Okay, I have notes. So,
Wow,
let me go back one more
always
time.
prepared.
Let me go back one more time with culture shock. I shared about work, right? With
Right.
family as a culture shock. So when you were looking for apartment, they will ask you how many rooms you have or how many are you in a people. Because you're not allowed to share rooms. Okay, that's another culture shock for me because when in the Philippines, one bedroom for everyone. So that's a short culture shock about family. And transportation, so that everyone will know. They honor if you see a school bus or an ambulance, you gotta stop. Okay? You have to
Stop.
give
Yep.
way. You have to give way. And like
Go
in
to
the
this
Philippines,
side.
I don't care. I'll go for an ambulance, you wait. Not in here, no. Don't do that.
Right, right.
In healthcare, go for an urgent care and go for an ER. Like in the Philippines, we only have urgent ER. In here,
ER.
when you're not
Yes.
about to die, go to the urgent care, okay? But when it's all about ABC, airway, breathing, circulation, to the ER. So that was a culture shock for me. Like when I was not feeling well, where do I go? My primary said, "Oh, go to the urgent care." I said, "Is it the same as the ER?" So another culture shock for me. And healthcare, you have to make an appointment. You cannot just walk in, right? Oh, like in the Philippines, I have a money to pay for the clinic, you can walk in. Now here, you have to make an appointment and it's a must to have an annual physical or we call it medical back home. Because you have to upgrade it. And the
Yep.
vaccinations, flu vaccine have to be provided by company. And for those coming with kids, culture shock in school. If the school will find out that you're a new immigrant coming somewhere else or in the Philippines, your kid will be assessed. Because when we came here, all my daughter was 4 year old. So we were called in by the
Oh,
school.
wow.
So my daughter was assessed in terms of her English level. They will provide assistance and they will also help you with lunch, free lunch if they know that your income is below because during that time I'm the only one working. So our income
Mm-hmm.
level was low, so they provided us a free lunch for my daughter. So that's another culture shock because back home you have to bring your own food. In here, provided by school, and we have a school bus. It's a public school, but it's like a few miles away. You're gonna be called walker. So those are the other culture shock that I wanna share with.
Nice.
So
That's a
going
lot.
back,
Well,
yes, family,
yes.
war, health, and transportation. And going back to your question, what are the things that help me strategize? When I was in the Philippines, I know that I really want to come here. So preparation is the key. And during our times, there's not a lot of social media, no Facebook, no Instagram. We have an old form of plethora back then. It was a blog site. But there's not a
Right.
lot of information. So what I did was a lot of Googling. Google is what was my best friend. I read a lot of blog sites and you have to network. You have to whenever I have an interview or an agency and I met other nurses, I got their number, their email address. So when they went first, I asked, "Hey, how is it there?" But information was limited. Like now that we have Laura, we have got our nurse who's always sharing all the information. And what else that helped me? When I arrived in New York, I met some Filipino in a church. Some are helpful, some are not. Be careful about that. I'm gonna be honest. Not all Filipino will welcome you, who welcome you with open arms. meant
Right.
well. I'm sorry, some will take
Yeah.
advantage
Not
of you
everyone has
later.
good intentions.
Yeah, so be aware of that.
Right.
And when I came here, I drive. So I've been using a lot of taxi, Uber for a long time. So I made friends, and most of them are Spanish speaking. So they became my personal driver, especially on the winter or snow. They bring me to work. Oh, you gotta network. Networking is the best thing. Communicate with other people. So those are
Right.
the things that help me. And you have a spouse and you're married, talk to your spouse. Like, this is not all about you. You have to have a teammate. You're gonna make a plan. Like, it's either you're with me or you're on your own. And if you have a kid, talk to them. Hey, we're going to America. It's gonna be a whole new world. It's not gonna be easy. We have no yaya, no babysitter, Paul. That's another thing. Culture shock. Here
You
you
got to do
cannot be the
everything.
child. No, no one's gonna do your laundry. No one's gonna cook for you. So, and in renting apartment, the apartment must have a proper ventilation, a heating system, especially on the winter. So, I must say it's very regulated here, like in the Philippines. So, those are the things that were culture shock for me and that helped me to cope up with my few months here in New York. That's a lot, right?
That's great. That's a lot. No, but those are very important things. Honestly, I always say I love the serious show because we have so much to share. I wish we
Mm-hmm.
could do this from our real life experiences. And my Wi-Fi is a little spotty, so I'm not sure if I'm jumping. Um,
Not
but
really.
I was agree. Yeah, yeah. I could agree with you with the community part. I call it forming a community. I've shared it once before in Lefora. I said one of the things that I did was to form my own community because I came in here as a single. I didn't have family members. All my families and friends that are like family to me are back here in the Philippines. So I had to form a new community of people that I know I could trust. And I was already 30
Mm-hmm.
when I came in, so I wasn't like when I was 20s when I need a huge barcada or good group of
True.
friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
I only carefully pick people that I know I can rely
Yep.
on. And those are the people that I know that not only there for me when I need someone to talk to, but also when there's an emergency. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
been
Exactly.
hospitalized twice in the first 3 years that I was here. I didn't know I had panic attacks and I thought I was having a heart attack because for real, I thought I was going to
Mm-hmm.
die. But it was those friends that took me to the
Mm-hmm.
hospital that I felt like if I didn't have those community, I wouldn't have people bringing me in. I could probably have ended up dying with pulmonary embolism, and nobody would figure out. You know what I mean? Very important that you know people, and these are not only Filipinos. These are very diverse people. Like
Or,
I have
mm-hmm.
Hispanic friends and black friends and white friends, but that's also me because I'm very extroverted and I want to learn from different cultures. But you're right, not everyone has good intentions. We say this in Filipino in our own language. Minsan, kapwa mo pa yung dadali sa'yo or something. Like,
Yep.
sometimes it's your own race that will come after you. But honestly, all races. Sometimes there will be people that have bad intentions to you, and I think a lot of people could relate to us about this. But make it a point that you form your community with people that you really trust and value. All
Mm-hmm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
and
True.
set healthy boundaries as well. You don't have to be like best friends in day one because you're still
Correct.
getting to know people. And thank you for sharing your experiences. I think I'm losing it again. A lot of nurses here are travel nursing. I think I'm back online. Am I back online?
You're back online.
I'm sorry. Yeah, because the problem here is I'm in the Philippines, so internet We
More
already know
fun.
what's doing this. Yeah, of course. Too slow. I need to go back to the States because I don't know. I'm paying so much here for my internet here is more expensive than the Philippines and the States, and it's much slower. And my camera is 4K, so I think it's sipping a lot of bandwidth. And I have visitors in the house too. So last week was the internet was not working, and now it's working, but I don't know. But my camera is taking out a lot of bandwidth. Anyway, um, so there's a lot of travel nurses. There's a lot of nurses outside the hospitals. Everybody's complaining about work fatigue. This is true. We don't talk about this a lot, but work fatigue is very evident. Even if you're not working here in the States, even if you're working in the Philippines or in the in UAE or in Saudi or in Europe, all nurses usually have a form of work fatigue, whether it's something that really affects their lives or maybe something minor that affects just a part of their lives. But according to NSO, which is one of the biggest insurance company in the States, nursing fatigue costs the United States billions of dollars each year. Mental exhaustion can lead to mistakes. And when those mistakes affect the health and well being of patients, the consequences can be devastating. And we've heard about nurses having work fatigue, committing medical error. And this is not just medical
Mhm.
error, fatal medical
Yeah.
error that killed patients. So, very, very important to talk about work fatigue. But I want to show this first. Dennis said internet in the Philippines is a hindrance.
In the
It is a culture shock for me going back
culture
to the
shock.
Philippines. Now I'm having culture shock in the Philippines. It's so funny. Anyway, um, Antoinette said, in my work area, we respect break time, but the locals are abusing it, but we have our break. Here in the States, I think we're timed, right? If we're
We
having a
are.
break for 30 minutes, you best be there after 30 minutes because somebody will
Mhm.
write you up in the HR if you went past that. Here in the States, they're very particular with the time. So if someone abuses it, I've seen nurses got fired because their 30 minutes became 1 hour, their 1 hour became 2 hours. You just can't
Well,
do that, especially in OR, in ER, in
yep.
ICU. We have cases all the time. We have
They
emergencies,
will
something
look for
going on.
you. Yeah, they will look for you.
They
Why you're not
will,
in
they
room
will.
one?
Because we have a shortage of nurses. It's not like everybody can go on 2 hour breaks. I wish we
They
could.
will notice you. Yeah, they will find out where Paul
They
is,
will.
where
Yeah.
Anna is.
They'd be calling your phone, where are you? It's been 35 minutes.
Well, the worst part,
Anyway,
they will call you
but
overhead, calling all Anna, go back to area, please.
oh god. That probably happened to me because I was having bad diarrhea. So I have lactose intolerance. So the lesson is bring lactate at work and take lactates before taking something dairy-ish because they had a food and they didn't realize it was dairy. And they were paging me overhead and my radio wasn't working. So I was texting the chargers, I'm here in the bathroom. Anyway, but that was funny. But anyway, let's talk about nurse fatigue, Anna. This is my question to you. How did you manage your work fatigue? I mean, culture shock could also add to the work fatigue as
True.
well as our workloads and the language barrier and so
Oh,
many
yeah.
other things. Here in the States, it's so diverse, different cultures all the time. One thing works for one culture and the other culture gets offended by something that you did. That's,
Yep.
something like that. It's very sometimes it makes me feel like, oh my god, I feel like I'm working twice as hard. But how did you manage work fatigue?
For the first few years when I was in nursing home, I received report from an Indian nurse and the main nurse gonna be a Korean nurse. So it was already a thing for me in terms of communication. It was hard. I'm not gonna deny it. Now I made a formula, my own formula before I go to work. In the morning, I really try to leave a 20-minute break for myself before I start my day. I listen to a worship song or I listen to a Bible, reading. I have to I have to condition myself that you are going to a battlefield. So the first thing you can do is to ease your mind, control how you react, and of course, Um, I pray and I sleep. So I read books, and one more thing is having time with your family. Everything must. It's not all about work. I know the first few months, when I came here, I was hustling. I was working 70 hours per week. Because first, I want to earn more. I'm going to send money in the Philippines. That's how we are Filipino. Second, I want to finish my contract early. But then after a month or two, I'm getting tired of it. Like, yeah, I'm happy with the dollar coming in my bank, but I'm getting tired emotionally, mentally, especially my back. When I
Right.
came here, I was only 44 years old. And then I realized, Anna, you have goals. You have to go back to your goals. You have to reevaluate it. If you keep going it, it's gonna be a draining for you. So what I do, I eat, I pray, I listen to music. I make sure that like you, every month we have to go. We have to go somewhere else. It's not all about work and having a spouse or a partner
Right.
or a lover, it can help you. And then now I have a
Right.
fur baby. I have two Pomeranians. They also help me with my needs. Anything that can help you. You have your own thing. Like my husband love to collect toys. That's his way of eating out his food at work. So you gotta make a plan whatever will work for you,
Right.
relationship, and we love to shop. So you gotta reward yourself. It's not all about work. You have to play, you have to spoil yourself, you have to take care of yourself emotionally, spiritually. I mean, I'm not trying to be religious or just whatever will
Right.
work for you. Like listen to a music, attend a prayer meeting virtually, read the Bible book or inspirational book, and have a friend like the Aura admin. Those help me with my
Yay. Send us a
Yay!
message. Make your own barcada of people that you can just
It
talk to on
helps.
the fly about many things in life. Very helpful.
It is.
With
It
me,
is.
you're right, Anna. Very important that it's they say before it's all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy or something like
Mm-hmm.
yes, we earn a lot of money, and this is one pitfalls with immigrants. We like to do a lot of overtimes. We always like to compute, I'm gonna earn this much, I'm gonna send this to my mom, I'm gonna do this and this good at. Well, this is good in the short term because you probably have something like a goal, like, oh, I want to pay this
Mm-hmm.
debt, or I want to build a house, or I want to do this, or I'm saving up for my kid. This is only temporary. Remember, one day your body will give up on you, and that's the only treasure, one body that you have. So don't abuse it, especially if in your 30s and 40s. We're not 20s anymore where we can recover fast enough, but we're
Mm-hmm.
also heading there to where we'll stop working eventually for us. um, Very important to have a balanced life. What I like about us is we only work a couple of days, we have so many days
True.
off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do what makes you happy. I'm on therapy, and my therapist always say, what will make you happy this week? What will make or what will make you happy with this situation? What could you do
Mm-hmm.
better to bring out the happiness from you? So with me, I like to travel, and then last year I've been trying things that, and this year too, that I didn't get to do before, like skydiving, those things that,
Yes.
like I was scared of open water, and I'm more into open water, stuff like that. But do those things that will make you happy, like Anna said, her husband collecting toys, right? Or being spiritual, or having that friend, or taking this trip, and I'm single and I just drive and get lost somewhere, or drive and see a friend 6 hours away, or be on FaceTime for 4 hours. Life is
Mm-hmm.
short, tomorrow is never promised, so
True.
enjoy what you have right now, but also saving for the future, right? um I'm not telling that you guys live your life precariously where you jump off the cliff and you die because of that. But I mean, try to enjoy what you're working hard for. Right? Very
Yeah,
important to.
I call that Paul, I call it YOLOing responsibly.
Oh,
YOLOing
there you go. I love
responsibly.
it. I love it. We should
Yeah.
use that as a caption.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's
YOLOing
yeah,
responsibly.
yeah.
And all
You're
the
not
money
there to
that you
kill
earn.
yourself.
True.
Yeah,
But also
like
remember retirement too.
of course, there should always be a perfect balance in everything. Like too much of one thing
Mm-hmm.
or the other is always bad. So very
Mm-hmm.
important that you guys have some way to be out of work. Like what we do here in the States, a lot of us have learned this already. But when we're out of work, we're out of work. We don't take work texts. We don't take
Yep.
work calls because we're out
Mm-hmm.
of work. Our time is for our family or for ourselves or for something else. And work respects that. They should. If someone's
Mm-hmm.
forcing you to answer the phone, your no is a no. They don't pay you after work. So very important for nurses to have debriefings and stress management.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do yogas too, and now I like to do like workouts 5 times a week. That's one thing.
Yes,
When
I
I'm
can
stressed,
tell.
I feel like tension is building up. Like I'd go and feel like I could do more sets and heavier sets when I'm stressed and when I'm something like socially acceptable. But those are the things, and um, but very important that you guys manage your what's this your work fatigue. So don't work too much. Don't work extra hours if you think you need more rest. And very important to eat healthy, stay healthy, do things that make you happy, but
Work
also
smart.
stay safe. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, YOLOing responsibly. Hashtag YOLO responsibly from Miss Anna. And Dennis said, I'll agree with you, Miss
Yeah.
Anna. And Mark said, hello, Paul. Hello, Anna. And thank you
Hello,
guys for
everyone.
joining us today.
Welcome.
Anna, what else is in your notes? What are your final thoughts for tonight? What tips can you give, suggestions, recommendations for our viewers? Wow, that's long.
Well, all I wish I can summarize in one word. I have a lot of final thoughts in different aspects of
Right.
life. You're a
You can write a
nurse
book, Anna.
coming. I'm gonna cry. I'll start with my planner. So my final thought. You are, you know me, Paul.
Right. You like to write a lot. I know, I know.
With
You
my
always have
color
notes.
pen, with my color pen.
Oh my God. And here I am
Oh,
flicking my phone because this is where I put
I
my notes.
know. Old school. You're a Gen Z.
Millennial.
Okay, so my final thoughts for those Filipino nurses aspiring to come in the US. First, start with a plan. Write it. Write it up. What are the things that I have to do so I can go to the US and be like Dr. Paul and be like with Anna? Do not be like us. Be better than us. You can
Yeah.
do better. There's a lot of information
Right.
nowadays from the fora. I mean, this is free. Webinar from DrNursePaul are free. So I an advantage of it. My final thought would be never give up no matter what will happen. Always remember me. I have a speech problem. Ngongo ako. It was hard looking for a job when I was in the Philippines. They look at myself as a liability. But in here, you are not a liability. You're more than 45 years old. So what? You have a something like it's all the same. So what? Do not and never ever limit yourself. Do not listen to other people what you can do and you cannot do. Do not limit
Right.
your plans, your dreams, and your goals. Be very flexible. Be open to surprises. Coming to the US is not one step. It uh it means plan step A, B, C, D. If A
Right.
fails, you have another plan, right? And like Dr. Nurse will always say, do not be in a rush. Wow, MGN is coming April, few more weeks.
Careful planning is everything.
Preparation. Yes, preparation is the key because you're gonna regret it. You waste your money, you waste your time, you waste your
Right.
effort, and then nag-iyak-iyak ka because you're in a hurry to take a test.
Right. Because
Right?
you're
You know,
rushing.
American dream is like looking for a loved one. Hindi pwedeng
Sure.
online swipe left, swipe right. No, you have to plan for
Tinder
it.
or Bumble. Oh my
Right?
God.
You have to plan for it.
Right.
And you cannot come and work in the US without NCLEX. So you have to
Right.
invest
Right.
on review, applying, and passing it.
Right.
In the Oracle, there's so many people, ma'am, aabot ba ako ng, no, you're not. Walang fast track sa
Don't force
NCLEX.
it. There's no more schedules. There's no more schedules.
No.
Yeah.
People are going to India being cancelled quickly. So look what's happening. Stop
Yeah.
doing it. Calm yourself down. Collect yourself. Go back to your plan. So ano bang kailangan kong
Right.
gawin? How will I do this? You are
Right.
stressing yourself. Okay? Filipino nurses aspiring to come to the US, make a plan. Set a limit, set a boundary. So now you pass your NCLEX with the help of SR.
Right.
So now you're looking for an agency. Wag uli magmadali. Read a lot.
Right.
I will take this moment to warn everyone,
No, for real,
please.
for real. Yeah, these are important things.
So all of their other admins are helping you out, and those informations are free. We're not even ready to pay for it. Actually, we're regretting being bashed by it. Diba? So please do not make the mistakes of other people kasi
Right.
nagmamadali. And always pray and ask for divine intervention. Assessment, use for assessment para
Right.
ma-evaluate mo if your plans are really working out. So when you come in the
Right.
US, we're already in the US, you ask for class, we never gave up, you shed a lot of tears, not gonna be up forevermore. Now you're in the US, you're adjusting. My final thoughts will be open to surprises. Have a plan, but at the same time be flexible and look for
Right.
NursePaul was right. Look for a set of people that you can trust. You
Yeah.
walang attention that you can be yourself. Walang plastic walang mental problem because you cannot do it by yourself. You need
Right.
help. No, you
No
need
man is
help
an
from your
island.
spouse. You need help from your family, your friends. But be careful choosing those people. Kasi kailangan mo i-conserve ang energy mo. I've been here for 7 years. Walang family, walang relative, walang friends. It's not easy. You're gonna rely on yourself, rely on your family. To those people, new community na mahahanap mo. So, yun lang po. I know I said a lot of things, but those are the most important things na kailangan. Be flexible, be excited. Alam mo yun, you've
Right.
been waiting for this now, Paul. How long you waited before you came here? Ako, 8 years.
Almost 10 years for me. That's a long
Di
time.
ba? And then
Mhm.
so many nurses naiinip na, ma'am, hindi
For
magre-reply
1
ang
year.
agency ko.
Yeah,
Di
they've
ba?
been waiting for a year. I was like, we waited for 10.
So, I know, like, everyone was rushing, ma'am, wala akong experience. Pero baka mag-work. I encourage you to have
Right.
an experience. Another
Right.
culture shock, may I add, in US, uso ang remanggahan. If you're a nurse, you can be sued.
Right.
You can lose your
For real.
license. Diba?
Mhm.
So, take your
Mhm.
time. Aralin mo, namnamin mo what are the steps. I know
Right.
yung pera, dollars, are ringing in your ear like, I wanna be a traveler. Nagmamagaling maging traveler nurse. Walang
On day
experience.
1.
Yes. And then later on, you're gonna be sorry. Wala ka nang magawa. And there's no one to blame but yourself because you never plan, nagmagali ka. And some people will be like, oh ma'am, okay ba nursing home? Yes, yes, and no. Kaya nga meron tayong stepping stone. For a start, if okay naman yung agency, there's no such thing as perfect agency. Unicorn
Right.
yan. Walang unicorn. Look for a contract na better that will suit your goals. Hindi dahil, ay
Right.
sabi po ni mama, mag-California po ako. Ay sabi po ni Friendship, maganda sa Florida. Diba? Pero be smart. Be smart. So, thank you po. Maraming salamat for all the invites. I
You
enjoyed
can be a nurse therapist. Therapists are paid 150 an hour or to 200.
Okay
You
about
can work
it.
as a therapist. No, I mean Anna shared very important things today. I mean, you guys should listen and learn to people that have already been here, because we don't want you guys to repeat the same mistakes. We're doing shows like this. Anna keeps posting on the group. She cares. That's the most important thing. If we don't care, we won't be here. And honestly, how many people care at this point, right? In Lefora, we've got a lot of agencies. Kay is working on it. Jean is
Oh
working on it.
yeah.
Luis,
Mm-hmm.
everybody. We're always on a forum, working behind the scenes for free on our free time, on our personal
12
time,
midnight.
just to
12
make sure
midnight.
12 midnight. Yes. Even in our own personal time with our own families, just to make sure that our nurses are protected for. So please don't make mistakes. Please, you guys are adults, so make adult decisions. These decisions can affect your
Mm-hmm.
life, can affect your future. So make sure that you are making the right decision and headed the right way. I still believe that every time everything happens at the right time. We cannot rush
Right.
anything because they're bound to happen at a certain time. So while waiting for that process that you're waiting for, whether it be the NCLEX process or immigration process or finishing your contract because you want to be a travel nurse, enjoy it. Because the more that trying to force yourself to rush something, you're not going to enjoy the journey. You're not going to learn valuable experiences that you would need in the future. If me and Anna and a lot of us way back 7, 8 years before that have waited for almost a decade gave up, we would not be here sharing these stories to you. We would not be
Mm-hmm.
here enjoying these iconic views in Americas and being able to travel on a whim and being able to speak to the doctors like we're humans and we're not slaves, right? So
Mm-hmm.
very, very important things. Thank you, Anna. Would you like to talk about the choices, right? Your company and what you
Oh,
offer so people are aware uh-huh, about
well,
your
thank you,
business?
Paul. Another thing coming in the US is there's a lot of opportunity now. Nagre-level up na ang lola nyo. It's another opportunity to have your own business. So I'm all and grateful that we open up because a lot of people are asking help from me. So I said, why not? Why not open up this business? So we're only in a month running it. We're offering help, for ako sa Pilipinas, PRC, especially merong bagong graduates or bagong pasagong newly nurses. It's so hard to have an appointment with PRC. So that's what we can't pay for or help. Like we help people in need or nurses in need for the PRC process papers for their NCLEX, CGFNS, CES, even Canada and Australia and NMC UK. So if you need help, leave us a message. I offer personalized service. What I'm trying to say is I have a cut off, I have a quota in a month because I want to offer a quality, not quantity service. And some nurses are like posting, Mom, I need to pay NCLEX na. I need your help with ERC. No, I'm sorry, may cut off na because I don't wanna take I don't wanna buy more than I can chew. So that's what we are all about. We also offer school verification, especially yung mga wala na sa Philippines and those schools that were closed. Oh, it's so hard, ha, yung mga nag-close na
I
school.
know, I
But
heard of those
we made it
things.
work. We have to go to them, we have to talk to them. And can you believe I had two clients graduated from the Philippines, but they never took the nursing board. And they wanna
I know.
verify their school. So we made it work too. We asked a proof of letter from PRC that this nurse do not take any nursing board. So,
Oh God.
I'm so happy to discover the services and one way of me helping also the Filipino nurses. So, thank you. Nakalimutan ko yan.
Thank you, Anna. So, guys, if you need, if you're a Filipino and you need services to help with
Mm-hmm.
application with the NCLEX in, particularly with with school papers and PRC license
PRC.
papers, Anna is the go-to person. TCR customer assistance is there to help you, and very important because I know Anna, I know how she works, so I know that
Mm-hmm.
what she does is of quality, and she's very to top focused with what she
Personalized
does.
nga eh. And so many
Personalized,
add-ons.
diba?
So many add-ons like advice, love life, agency. So
Right,
many.
right. No, but that's the true thing though. When you do a business, I've learned this. very early on in my business career, always go the extra mile, because if you don't have to bill for everything in your services, but going that extra mile makes your clients feel valued. That's what I do in my company to in Aspire RN. And very important that I feel like I was able to help people, not rip them off
Mm-hmm.
of money and not really
Right.
deliver quality service. And I know that's
Mm-hmm.
something you also do. And
Yep.
so if you guys need that help, please message Anna and TCR.
And like you need
Yes.
help for review and let's brand aspire lang for the
Next to
win.
Netflix, Dr. Nurse Paul is Star RN. Yes. Thank you,
Thanks,
Anna. We are so happy
Paul.
to have you. Let's set up another show in the future. You
Yeah.
are so fun to talk to with, and so many learnings. I feel like you're really my big sister.
Oh, but
I'm
big
sorry.
sister talaga.
In the Philippines, it's rude to say big sister to your friend
Correct.
because you're making them
Mhm.
feel older. But I've learned
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot too. Very inspirational. I hope more people will watch this show after this recording is over. And I will tell my team to like splice some of those messages that you've added, because I mean, that's a lot of very important information that people can learn from. Thank you, Anna, for your time. This is not paid.
Thank
And
you, Nurse
Anna, this is
Paul.
just
No, I love Paul. I love aspire anytime, even
this
last
is
minute.
this is a
Alam mo
free.
yun?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so busy with this holiday that my team are like, "Sir, who's the speaker for next week?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry. Let me work on that." But anyway, thank you, Anna. And
Thank you.
next week, we're gonna do another Dr. Nurse Paul show. We're gonna talk about the secrets of next generation NCLEX season
Ooh.
2. We're gonna do more case studies. But here's a very important thing. I'm gonna do it on Sunday instead of Saturday. Why? Because Saturday I'm still on the flight back to the US,
Again.
and I don't get to Houston till like 6 or 7 p.m. I wish there was a better flight, but that's the flight I got. And I will
Mhm.
do it on Sunday, 8 a.m. Central Time. We're going to do case studies. A lot of people are still asking me on Facebook,
Mhm.
Instagram, TikTok, what is next gen? When is this happening? What is going to happen on next gen? How can I review? Guys, Aspire RN and Dr. Nurse Paul can help you with that. Please send me and my team a message, and we're going to talk to you about our services. We're launching a new next generation NCLEX master classes. We're going to be launching this in February, so stay tuned. But next Sunday, please join me for another Dr. Nurse Paul show. Let's all thank Miss Anna for joining us tonight. And
Thank you,
you all have a
everyone.
great
Thank
day.
you. Thank you,
Bye.
Paul. Talk to you
Thank you,
later.
Anna. We'll talk to you later.
You have just watched the Dr. Nurse Paul Show. Watch us live every Saturday, 8 a.m. Central U.S. Time. For more info about our future events, follow us on our social media channels. You can find us at Dr. Nurse Paul on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. See you next week.